Welcome back from the break. Many of our viewers in the Far East may be enjoying a holiday weekend, bringing in the festivities associated with Chinese New Year. There is also a sizable Chinese populace in Pakistan, and Gulmina has a look at how they are ushering in the Year of the Rabbit.
It's been said that Pak-China friendship is higher than mountains and deeper than oceans, and we saw an example of this last week at the Chinese embassy as they kick-started the new year with their Spring Festival and declared the year 2011 as the year of Pak-China friendship. Here's what happened. The Chinese embassy in Islamabad rang in the new year by celebrating their Spring Festival in collaboration with the Foreign Office last week and decided to mark the year 2011 as the year of Pak-China friendship. Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi, who was the chief guest at the occasion, described China as the first country that came to mind whenever Pakistan was in a tight spot. The Chinese ambassador Liu Jian said that the year 2010 had been a watershed year for Pak-China friendship as it marked 60 years of diplomatic relations, and that he was glad that the bilateral trade between the two countries had increased to $8 billion and was expected to further rise in the next 5 years as well.
This year we'll celebrate the 16th anniversary of our diplomatic relations and also China-Pakistan Friendship Year.
The Chinese ambassador and other embassy staff were present at the reception to greet the guests, and the Chinese performers put on a breathtaking show meant to showcase the cultures of both countries. The cultural show began with a performance by a dancing troupe from the Kashgar region, for which the performers were selected through a competition. The dance routines and the embellished embroidered attire of the performers were strikingly similar to those of the Gilgit-Baltistan region, as Kashgar borders Pakistan's northeast region of Gojal Hunza. What was particularly heartwarming to watch, as well as symbolic of the close ties between the two countries, were the Chinese performers who sang in Urdu and played Pakistani music. Islamabad is home to a large number of Chinese people, many of whom attended, and the food served at the event was especially ordered from some of the capital's best Chinese restaurants.
Our last story detailed the friendship between Pakistan and China, but this week, a special delivery also illustrated the close partnership of Pakistan and Turkey. Back to Adil to find out what that special delivery was.
Yes, Ahmar. The second power ship has arrived in Karachi with the objective to meet the energy requirements of the industrial sector and manufacturing units of Karachi. We have more details in this report.
The Turkish company Karke's second power ship Alison Bey has arrived in Karachi in order to support efforts of the government of Pakistan to overcome energy crisis in the country. An official of the company told CNBC Pakistan that the total project installed capacity would be 330 megawatts as compared to the contract capacity of 232 megawatts, providing an additional capacity of 98 megawatts. In case of any shortfall in the coming summer, the additional capacity would be instrumental in meeting the power needs of industrial sectors and manufacturing units of Karachi. On November 17, 2010, the first important milestone of Karke rental project was achieved with the arrival of the world's largest power ship, Kaya Bay, to Karachi. Recently, the second power ship has also reached Karachi, providing additional capacity to the project. Under Power of Friendship of Brotherhood project and in demonstration of solidarity of Turkish investors with their brothers in Pakistan, Karke has dedicated an impressive installed capacity of a total 330 megawatts to Pakistan out of its worldwide fleet of power ships. Company officials said that a specialized submersible vessel from Singapore had arrived outside the port of Karachi carrying the second Cardenas power ship Alison Bey along with a supporting work floating platform. The first power ship, Kaya Bay, had reached its final destination, Korangi, Karachi, and all equipments had been fastened and stored in sea-tight conditions to avoid technical problems during the sailing. Through the high waves in the open sea were deployed and commissioned swiftly by hundreds of experts and local contractors of Karke. Karke, having completed its test and preparations, dispatched a net electricity over 110 megawatts on January 29, 2011 as an initial batch, but had to wait for the completion of administrative procedures related to PEPCO and other relevant authorities to go up to full capacity. While waiting for the completion of certain procedures of the various authorities of the government of Pakistan to achieve full COD, Karachi has also offered to deliver free electricity only for cost of fuel from the already commissioned parts of the power ship, to contribute to power generation in Karachi and assist in the relief of the power shortages in the fastest possible way.
Well, our time this week is almost up, but just enough left to bring you our interview of the week. For that, we go back to Islamabad, site of the first ever Islamabad Fashion Week, where Gulmina had a chat with one of the main attractions.
Thank you, Ahmar. With Islamabad Fashion Week happening, there was a number of international fashion icons that were visiting Pakistan. We catch up with Paco D. James, founder and director of the World Fashion Organization, for his take on Pakistani fashion. We're talking to Mr. Paco D. James, founder of the World Fashion Organization this week. The World Fashion Organization, which is one of the part owners of World Fashion Week, is committed to promoting peace and development throughout the world using the medium of fashion. Welcome, Mr. Paco, and thank you so much for joining us on Pakistan this week.
Well, first of all, thank you. Thank you as well, for being here today.
So the first thing that I'd like to ask you, what exactly is the World Fashion Organization and what is it that you guys do?
Mainly the World Fashion Organization is a non-for-profit entity established in the United States that encourages the expansion of the world fashion, in the fields of capital, technology, services, etc. Basically to fill a void of the way that countries can have a better and wider avenues, to create commerce between them, developing and developed countries alike. So actually for us it's very important to establish national chapters throughout all the world, just gathering fashion associations and fashion weeks from different countries so they can have a better understanding, information exchange between all of them, and be able to generate business and to promote the fashion design industry in a global basis.
So Paco, I know it's a very cliched question, but this is your first time in Pakistan. What did you think of Pakistan as a whole, and tell us what your thoughts on Islamabad Fashion Week were?
Well, my perception, unfortunately, I believe that news worldwide, they are focusing very much, in the political issues or, different issues that they don't really has nothing to do with the cultural side of it or the beauty that a country such as Pakistan, can offer to the world. Actually, I think that should be like a face that needs to be clean somehow, because once you come to Pakistan, and see the reality of the people, the culture, how you are, and how you interact with each other. I mean, it's quite it's extremely interesting. I think again it should be a way to to position this industry, in which is an industry that affects all of us. Billions of people all over the world, because obviously everybody needs to dress. But I mean, in terms of Pakistan, well, first of all, to congratulate the first Islamabad Fashion Week. I know that there is a lot of fashion going on in Pakistan, in Lahore, Karachi, etc. So I'm very happy to see that basically the capital of the country is taking this new step, new initiative to promote this local talent, in which is very important, because for fashion designers, I mean, mainly, the main platform that they have, they are fashion weeks, and for fashion designers to enter into new markets, it's extremely difficult to many of them. Almost all of them. So we are here to provide with new opportunities, to promote what's going on here, who is designing what, and see how we can open these new avenues for cultural understanding as well.
So specifically about Islamabad Fashion Week, do you think that the level of fashion or the fashion designers in Pakistan can meet the challenges of global fashion, and that they're actually as good as their counterparts in the rest of the world?
Well, I mean, every fashion designer, in my opinion, is absolutely unique. I have discovered tremendous talent. Is based in Pakistan. That's why we are here for, to discover it and show it to the world. And see, I mean, this is not just about, like many people is like focusing in the fashion world, like Paris, Milan, London, New York. I mean, we are living in the same world. And again, there is a race in tremendous opportunities and tremendous talent from all over the world. In this case, in Pakistan, I believe that Pakistan has so much to offer to the world, and we are here to try to see not to try to make a commitment with this industry that can reach many other different countries around the world.
So you mentioned earlier that the World Fashion Organization is a not-for-profit organization. Can you tell us a little bit about the social commitment that your organization has?
Well, actually our social commitment, not only social, corporate and environmental, which is very important in this sector. You know, the fashion industry and the textile industry contributes tremendously in, for example, the eradication of poverty, social integration, empowerment of women is extremely important. And through different cooperations and partnerships that we have, such as, for example, the United Nations Developing Program, the Millennium Development Goals, in which is the main objective to halving global poverty by 2015. Actually, it's very important because mainly through microcredit programs, the textile industry allows to people, and actually mainly women, because all these microcredit programs, they really go to 90% they are women, because when you invest in a woman, you invest in a family. When you invest in a family, you invest in a society and a community. Actually, even helps economic growth to many countries, you know, in developing countries mainly, you know, I mean Africa, many parts of Latin America or Asia, Middle East. So actually, fashion and textile industry, you know, can really create a new way or to shift a consciousness, you know, to a more unified and socially responsible global community.
Thank you so much for talking to us. It was a pleasure having you on the show.
It was my pleasure.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Mr. Paco D. James, founder of the World Fashion Organization. Now back to the studio.
To compensate the flood victims, the government of Pakistan has issued over 0.3 million Watan cards through which flood affectees can draw rupees 20,000 from banks. This card is being issued to the head of a family. On the special directives of the President Asif Ali Zardari and the Prime Minister Syed Yusuf Raza Gilani, the National Database and Registration Authority Management has introduced this new system of providing financial assistance to the flood-affected people through issuance of Watan card after having their names registered. Through this new system, initially, a financial assistance of rupees 20,000 would be provided to the flood affectees at Union Council and district level as a first installment, while the other financial assistance would be provided to the affectees via ATMs by UBL, the partner bank in the Watan card scheme. Mobile registration teams have been deputed to register the names of the affectees after checking their computerized national identity card. At the same time, NADRA is also issuing free of cost computerized national identity cards to those who do not yet possess one, and duplicate cards are issued against the cards lost during the flood. Government has assured to continue the Watan card process till the last affectee of the affected area has been compensated. The system of registration and issuance of Watan cards is very simple and allows the affectees to get themselves registered with NADRA, expediting the issuance of Watan cards. The government is formulating solid policies and is determined to utilize all the legal and moral resources for the proper rehabilitation and providing relief to the flood-affected people without any discrimination and delay.
And that's all from us at Pakistan This Week. As always, we love hearing from you, so keep writing in to ptw@cnbcpakistan.com. That's ptw@cnbcpakistan.com. Join us again next week at the same time as we explore Pakistan together. And as always, keep watching CNBC.